Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight on 20 Sides to Every Story. We've got in store for you a brand new campaign. This is going to be a first session, so if you're catching us for the first time, you're in luck. If it's your first time stopping in, we'd invite you to come hang out in our Discord server. A great place to meet other people that want to play in such games, or you might find yourself out here on the stream sometime if you sign up for a game. We do a lot of charity streams. We just got done doing a big effort for Extra Life. I've even been so lazy I haven't taken all the Extra Life stuff off the overlay, so that's still open. You could still donate to that if you feel like it. We did some character creation and such last time. Maybe we'll just go through and have each of you introduce your characters just real briefly. We're gonna get to know them a little bit deeper here in just a few moments, but you can give us kind of the snapshot that we need to know before we get going, and we'll just go left to right here across the top of my screen. And Robin, you're the lucky person that gets to start us off. So I don't know, tell us like a character name, your species, your class, and I don't know, short little bio that to start us off.
All right. Well, I'm playing Vesper, and she's kind of an older dwarven woman who is a scoundrel, former cultist, I think is what they call I don't know what if it's the approach or how that works, but yeah, so she's a former cultist and she's dreams of doom dwarves. So she has like these prophetic dreams that are forecasting harrowing events. And she had worked under a sorcerer for a while who died in mysterious circumstances and is now running kind of like a bauble potion shop to make a living as she's trying to figure out what these dreams mean. So that's my character.
Awesome, thank you. Let's go over next to Gabe.
Guys, tonight I'm playing Valandros, or Val in short, and he is a human and specifically a clan folk, a barbarian. And it's not much is known about him except that he goes behind a weird ritual mask shaped like a boar's head, and that he is a fighter type of guy, but with a strong focus on giving order and being tactical on the battle map. Beside that, we'll see. We'll find out more later.
Sounds good. Let's go next to Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm playing Anora. She is a human, and she is Ambrian. She comes from a fairly well-to-do family, but she is the fourth daughter, and so she was basically shipped off to the nunnery to study in a cloister, and she is out here really as a missionary, spreading the good news of Prios, doing some minor healing, minor miracles, and just trying to point everyone towards the light.
Awesome. Adrian's next.
Hi everybody, I'm Adrian. I'm playing Dario, who is he's human Ambrian. He is a witch hunter, and his family was corrupted, and he had to put them out of their misery. So he's made it a life goal to kill as many of them as possible.
And let's go lastly here to Percy.
Hi, I am Percy. I am playing Mogwat. He's probably the oldest goblin that you've ever met. He's very old and frail, and he'll be looking to, hide behind his big, strong Val.
Sounds good. So that is the cast of characters. I think so we're gonna kind of open up and focus on three of them, I think, to start. We're gonna focus first on Val, Dario, and Murgnak. The three of you know each other. And I don't. We'll find out maybe the context of how well you know each other, but for whatever reason, the three of you find yourselves seated at the same table at a tavern, which is called the Davokar. And the Davokar is a tavern that is owned by. It's kind of a popular hangout for anyone who is a member of one of the clans because it's owned by 2 members of the Odivan clan, which is kind of the predominant barbarian clan in this region that kind of surrounds the forest and the region right around Thistle Hold. They're the ones that have been maybe the most amenable to the Ambrians. They've made some deals and some diplomatic overtures to kind of keep the peace, and they're often the ones if there are barbarian scouts or aids, I guess, to the Ambrians, kind of helping them chart their way through the outskirts of the woods. It's usually an Odivan. So the 3 of you find yourselves here. The kind of the custom, I guess, here is you eat first and drink later. And part of that is a testament to some of the foods that are offered here. Like their signature dish is sweet and spicy mushroom pie. And there's like some masculinity in that if you can get through the pie without swigging down some swill or whatever, like that's props to you, and you'll if you're not of the barbarian persuasion, you'll get some cred here for doing so. But there's other things. They've got barbecued meats and their own black brew that's brewed by one of the clans. And so the 3 of you are kind of gathered together, and you're maybe just in between jobs. I don't know. We'll see where the conversation is taking you. But you're discussing right now as you're ordering your food, just maybe some small talk amongst the 3 of you about what the best meal you've ever had was, and maybe who you shared it with, and what made it memorable for you.
Who wants to go first?
I guess Val will start by
what is this
saying,
that we're going to eat? What is this, Murgnak? What is this? Oh, no. This is not a delicacy of yours. It is of yours, right, Val?
Yes, sir. I think Val is. This is his people.
Yeah.
well, I don't know that they're my people.
They're more your people than mine, sir.
True enough.
Have you tried this special?
Not yet.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll bring it up with me. It's difficult to eat behind this mask.
Oh, yes, that's very true. So, if you want to know what my best meal was, it was a jelly sandwich with the young lady Amber.
What was so special about that meal?
She was a very kind young lady, and yes.
So you were sweet on her. That's what.
Well, no, not like that.
Oh.
She was a young human girl, maybe 7 years old. She was kind to me.
My best meal was with my uncle, who adopted me after my father and my brother were killed. It was mutton. Oh, I guess I could still taste it and smell it. My uncle. He's the one that taught me how to hunt and take care of myself.
I guess you.
Too bad though. I had to put him down. I had to put him down because he also turned as well. So it's a lot of that going on in my past and my background. I don't know what's going on, but I hope that doesn't mean that that will happen to you two. But if it does, I will not hesitate. It's like I put that arrow right through my uncle's eye.
You
He
Ambrians
only had that
are
one good eye. He only had one good eye, by the way. So yeah.
Ambrians are exceedingly serious about everything, including life and death. A little bit of cheer would do you well.
Yeah, it's not much to be cheerful about, though.
Exactly my point.
What about you,
Well,
Val?
if you wonder,
what's your best?
well, if you wonder
15.
what's my best, I have a huge loss of memory, so I cannot go that far back. But I do remember when I woke up injured and about to die in a ditch in Indaros, there was this nice Huldra who served me a nice plate of stewed boar with turnips. It wasn't particularly good, but it felt good to be alive.
As you were sharing these stories, it isn't as light of conversation as maybe I thought it was going to be. But it is broken up as there is an Ambrian who enters into the tavern. Short hair, dark, goatee, and just wearing a very severe look upon his face. He barges in. He's wearing scale mail, and he's got kind of a ragged cloak that's pinned with an iconized emblem of the beacon fire that lights the skies over Thistle Hold. And he's scanning, and he locks his eyes on Val. And Val, you would recognize him. This is Captain Talios, who I am sure you've taken jobs from before, worked with before. It's probably certainly not friends, but, you have a cordial business kind of relationship. But he comes kind of swooping over to your table, and he says, "Gods damn it, Val, I've been looking all over town for you. And here I find you drinking and chumming it up with your friends. There's work to be done."
And I'm ready to do it.
I'm up to here. I'm up to here with these killings you've heard all about, the slayings. The flare is on the loose. Well, there's got a report that there's another one. I need you to get down to Master Vernum's academy and check it out. I just got a report from that there's another slaying. I do it myself, but I need clear eyes on this one, Val. Clear eyes.
Can't we just wait until we finish eating? I mean, it's already happened, the dead can wait.
He just slams his hand on the table. God damn it, no, we can't wait. The man's hanging from the rafters, from what I understand.
The scene of a murder is best examined hot. So let's move up,
I want you to find everything you can, Val. Report back to me at the garrison.
sir.
I haven't been getting good information from the body examiner. I need your eyes on this.
Do.
All right.
Go there right away.
And he just kind of like leers at the other two of you. Like he's like somewhat familiar with the Goblin, but I don't know. What do you think, Adrian? Have you had any encounters with the guard?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm just like, somebody who really doesn't want to be bothered, but
And
I do it because I need the money, so.
he just kind of looks at the two of you. He doesn't really say anything, but just kind of, you just get the sense that he has no choice but to assume that Val is in good company and that you're reliable, as he gets his way out, and he's just kind of mumbling, how is it that I'm the captain? I still have to come down here into this shithole. He's just grumbling on his way out the door.
He was pleasant. Should we go, sir?
I think we can come back to the meal later.
Something
As I
tells me
just,
that might not be the case.
Well, you guys Ambrians serious, so we better take this seriously.
So with that, you're heading out of the tavern taste, and I think, Master Vernum's academy, fairly easy for you to figure out where you're headed. You start making your way that way. Meanwhile, we'll switch gears here and take a look at what is happening with Alora, who is visiting with Vesper at her shop. Vesper, what is kind of the environment or the interior of the shop kind of look like?
I think it looks like kind of a witch's hut kind of thing, like herbs hanging and vials and like bits and pieces in bottles and liquids. So it's not pretty. It's just very utilitarian, kind of dark inside. So yeah.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
I don't know what you're doing here, Anora. I mean, I wouldn't come here, but it's nice to have company.
Visiting, yeah.
And whether you're browsing or just catching up, the two of you have gotten onto the topic of talking about if you could master any skill, what it might be, and how you might use it.
Right. Well, because people come here looking for a leg up on a lot of things. Are you looking to build any skills of your own, young lady?
I don't know that there's anything here particularly that can help, but I just want to get better at serving our Lord Prios, and I think that if I just had the ability to be a better healer, to really even, well, just to make people see the power that comes from Prios through me. It would open so many eyes, and everyone here is just so shrouded in darkness. So the better I can heal them and make them see the light, oh, it'd make such a difference. I know it would.
You do have a good heart, girl. You really do. Your heart's in the right place, and I hope it stays as pure as it is, uncorrupted as it is right now. I can't say I've seen a lot of the light of Prios myself, but I've seen a lot of horrifying things, mostly in my dreams. A skill I think I would like to have would be if I could maybe that what they call like lucid dreaming. If I could actually realize I was in a dream and do something about it, maybe I'd see more, be able to change it. That that would be great
Oh.
because the dreams they're just I really hope they're not all going to come true. The ones that have not been good.
Well, every night that you have the dreams, or just sometimes.
A lot. I mean, I find them to be sometimes they're prophetic, most of the time they're just doom and gloom. I don't sleep. It's nice as I've gotten older, I don't need as much sleep. So, maybe I could perfect just being awake 100% of the time. Oh, there'd be a skill. I need to get a little potion, give me some energy, keep me up.
As you're talking, the bell on your door that alerts you that someone has entered the shop gives a jingle, and you see a young goblin, enter into the store with an envelope in hand, and he kind of timid at first, but then after just a moment of hesitation, he kind of like runs forward towards the counter and hands you this envelope, Vesper. And he opens his mouth as if to say something, but he just manages to get out kind of a meek sorry. And then he runs out the door before you can even ask him any questions, but he just leaves that envelope on the counter.
Oh, no. I got a bad feeling about this.
Look very
But
good.
I suppose not opening it isn't going to make the bad news go away. So I'll open the envelope.
And I've read this to you once before, but I'll read it again just for the audience and refresh all of our brains. But it reads, Dear Vesper, if you're reading this, I am dead. I think we established that you knew him, right?
I think so.
I
mean, I remember, yeah. Otherwise, because why would he be writing me otherwise, right?
The letter goes on to say that he doesn't know why your fates are intertwined, but he had a premonition, and he knew that the bloody tracks of the flayer would lead you to him. In short, you have appeared in my dreams, my visions, and with the help of rituals, I almost was able to solve the riddle of the murderous flayer. Some months ago, an expedition returned to Thistle Hold. Aside from gold, they brought back the skull of a Symbaroum king, and the expedition leader paraded the distasteful trophy around to many of the town's inns and taverns. Unfortunately, the treasure hunters also brought with them a horrible sickness, which claimed their lives one after the other. Some just disappeared, others were hunted down by the agents of the Iron Pact. Another few turned into abominations and were killed by watchmen or brave residents. Gorak, their leader, went into hiding and took the skull with him. People's memories are short in the hold, and since this new wave of murders began, carried out by the abominable flayer, no one has linked the bloody deeds to Gorak's expedition. However, my vision revealed some kind of connection. After many frustrating dream sights, one thing is clear to me. There is some kind of association between the expedition and the skinning of our townsfolk. Alas, I also realized that my own death was a crucial step towards solving the riddle. And so my familiar friend, by faith, so are you. The hows and the whys are unintelligible to me, but hopefully you will be able to figure them out. If ever we meet in the world beyond, you'll have to tell me everything about the events to come. until then, I can but ask you to forgive me for placing this burden on you. What's ahead of you, I would not wish for on my greatest enemy, let alone persons who likely would have been my closest friend. But until then, I will greet you in the great beyond, Master Vernum.
Oh man, that poor man. We would talk about the awful premonition dreams. We're kind of birds of a feather that way. Sad to lose him. He never really understood though that dwarfs don't. We don't have souls. I'm not going to see this man again. But I mean, if it gave him comfort in his last hours, maybe that, that's worth it. I better close up the shop, hun, and go see what's going on. Did you want to come along? Maybe you can bring some of that light of Prios along with you.
Of course, yes, I will come along, and yes.
All right. Well, I switched the sign on the door from open to close and lock it up and get my little walking stick so I can hike over to wherever is it. Did you say it was some sort of a where does he live? His place of residence?
Yeah, his place of residence is essentially an academy where he tutors, and he also lives there. He has a housekeeper. So, it's not as well staffed as like the larger Ordo Magica tower, but definitely a place that people know, and a place that you would know. And so you step out of your shop, and you're on the streets. It's maybe like early evening. There's still light out, but the skies over Thistle Hold are rather smoggy and filled with the smoke of hundreds of chimneys, let alone the oil flame of the beacon itself, which just kind of creates this haze throughout the well-ordered streets of Thistle Hold. People are just like you, even though you're maybe closing up a little bit early. A lot of the other shops and things are turning their signs as well, and the folk that are in some of the plazas are starting to pack up their carts and haul them home as well. It's getting to be dinner time and such, and as you leave, you're just kind of coalescing into kind of the crowds of people that are the traffic of people coming and going, when you see a girl comes dashing through the street and bumps into you, Anora. And as she does so, she falls down, and she's just like looking up at you. Plain looking girl, maybe 17, 18 years of age. But she's breathing heavily, and she just looks at a loss of words.
Just, are you okay? And I'm trying to kind of help her up.
Hide me. And she's like looking over her shoulder as you kind of help her up to her feet, and you see coming down close on her heels, just maybe mere moments after she bumps into you, are a half dozen men, black cloaks, symbols of Prios on their chain shirts. And there's also kind of a crowd. You suddenly find yourselves in the center of I don't know if I would use the word mob necessarily, but there's a lot of people that are flocking around you, and they're saying, "There she is, the abomination, the flare." And others are just saying, "Can it really be that little girl did all of this?" And some of the armed men just say, "There she is. She's the one with the corruption sickness. Hand her over to us."
What is happening here? It's a young girl. She cannot possibly be the cause of all this.
She's the one. She's the one that Bomelo named. Hand her over to us, or you'll be branded heretics yourselves.
Oh, gracious, no. Barmelo named. I'm sorry. What? I must have missed that.
You can make a religion check. Yeah. So the name Bomelo, pretty much your reaction is spot on. Like you're not like, maybe it sounds like vaguely familiar, but like you don't know what it is in reference to. And they said Bomelo, He is here. The Black Cloak. We are under his authority to take this girl. And she's just kind of clinging to you, Anora. She's like, please, no, I didn't do anything wrong.
Surely you could measure her corruption before taking her away, someone here.
And suddenly, as you say that, the crowd kind of parts, and you can see another Black Cloak kind of enter into the scene. Very wide brimmed black hat. He's wearing spectacles that are kind of tinted to the point where you can't really even see his eyes. But he just kind of strolls in. He's tall, maybe like 6'4". He strides in like he's just an imposing kind of presence, and everyone just parts ways. And he says, "Measure her corruption. Yes, I have. Her shadow is tainted. You practice witchcraft, don't you, my dear? Don't lie." And the girl just says, "It's my neighbor makes up these lies. She's trying to ruin my life. Please." And the man just extends his hand, and he's kind of shooing you, Anora. He's like, "Step aside, be compliant, or I'll have to look into you."
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize that she had already been measured. Obviously, if she has been found to be corrupted, then I won't interfere.
And as soon as you say that, the girl just like books it, and she starts running. And Balmello says, "Grab her!" And with you hesitate. She just like gets away. She kind of like cuts through the crowd, and Balmello just like looks at you and he's like, "Tisk, disappointing." And he follows after her, and all the Black Cloaks like follow after him. And with that, like the crowd just kind of disperses. They were more not really interested in you, more the drama between the girl and the Black Cloaks.
If it's any consolation, dear, I think you did the right thing. There was no way. I mean, you could stand up to all of them, and letting her go, it gives her a fair shot. Maybe we could figure out what's going on in the meantime. And if she's cleared, we could get the evidence. And if she's not, then maybe they do need to
Go into the world, and you know what she's been doing, or if someone's been doing, but I hesitated. But you're
I-
right. We'll
I got a
Well,
worse
learn.
feeling from the guy than I did from the girl, but premonitions, can't always trust them. We'll see.
yeah, we'll find what happened with your friend, and then we'll be able to know more and understand what's happening.
I think we'll turn over to Val, Dario, and help me, Percy. Is it Murgnak?
Murgnak, yeah.
Murgnak. Okay, Murgnak. The three of you are making your way over to Master Vernum. So if you're looking at the map, can you guys see the map of Thistle Hold on Foundry?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I think I made a note somewhere where his place is situated over here. If you can see the ping, it's just north, a few blocks north of number 39. It is a tall, narrow building, 4 stories high, and kind of situated in this little plaza. Pretty quiet over here. It's not really a commercial area. But anything that you're doing or conversing about before you enter into the building?
I think we should just hurry up and cut this old fool that got killed and get back to eating.
Before we
So
cut
so
them.
he's just gonna be looking around the perimeter to see what.
You probably see that there is a window open on the 3rd floor.
There's a window open, but I thought, didn't this guy say that the body was hanging outside, or did I not hear
Say
that
it was
correctly?
hanging from the rafters.
Oh, the raft. Okay.
Do you see anything else open beside the door on the 3rd floor? What about the door to access the building?
Well, let's try the door.
All right. So you're going in.
That wants to look around to see if anybody's paying more attention to this building than they should be.
You can make a perception check. Looking around, there's not too many people like loitering or anything. Like the only people that you notice are people that are kind of cutting through the plaza to get to wherever they're going. You don't see anyone like kind of. You're even like looking up at like the windows and everything. You don't see anyone staring out or watching from the the nearby buildings either.
The window that Dario found open on the 3rd floor, is that facing on the front, or is it like one of the side streets? In other words, would that have been immediately visible?
One of the side streets, so it doesn't face into the kind of courtyard.
Okay, well, let's take a look inside.
The door is open. As you open it, pretty quickly, there's a pale-looking woman that kind of rushes forward. She's kind of dressed very plainly. Has an apron on. You could see that it looks like there's maybe like a little bit of blood on just like the whites of her clothing. And she's like, her lip is quivering as she goes forward. She's, are you from the captain? Are you from the
Yes,
guard?
dear ma'am.
Oh, thank the god. Thank Prios. Oh, to have him hanging up there, it is horrible. It is horrible. And as she's kind of like saying all this, I think maybe Vesper and Anora, you also like arrive at the building, the door ajar, and you can see there's these 3 men, 2 of them human, 1 a goblin, in conversation with what looks to be the housemaid or the tower maid. And she'll just look, she'll notice that you've arrived. She's like, are they with you?
I just was coming because I got a letter from Master Vernum.
I'm afraid he's not going to be able to do any tutoring with you today. I'm sorry. You'll have to. Something terrible has happened.
I understand. He knew it was coming, and he sent me a letter, and I thought maybe I might be of some help.
He knew it was
What do you
coming.
mean knew what was coming?
Well, and I'll share the letter. I brought it, unwrap it and, kind of show it to you there. He thinks it has something to do with Thorax expedition. Maybe that will give you gentlemen a start on where to look. The black robes think it's a young girl, but I don't know. That's not what Master Vernum thought.
Take a look. And Val looks at the lady. Where's the blood coming from?
She says, I could take you to him.
That's his blood.
Yes. It's everywhere.
You touched the body?
No. You'll
Okay.
understand when you see.
Were you here when this happened?
Yes.
What did you hear? What did you see?
I didn't hear anything. I only came upon him because it was time for tea.
So whatever happened was silent or not noisy enough to attract your attention.
You could make a insight check.
Okay.
She says, look, Master Vernum came home after running a few of his day's errands, and he seemed himself. He tutored a couple of students here. He closed the door to his study. Everything was normal. I did hear a loud bang. I asked him about it through the door. He told me not to worry. He told me it was just the window beating in the wind. And then it was quiet. I came by the room an hour later with tea, biscuits. That's when I found him. It was horrible. It's not just a murder.
Not just a murder. What do you mean?
You'll see.
Take us to the body then.
She takes you upstairs, and she stops on the 3rd floor at a wooden door, and she just says, she closes her eyes, she just opens it, and then starts howling and like runs back downstairs. And as soon as the door swings open, like you understand now, like there is blood everywhere, like blood splatter everywhere. It's sort of unfathomable what could have done this. And there he is. There's a body that is hanging upside down from the ceiling. Its entrails and skin are lying below it. He's been completely flayed. You see the open window, and there are footprints, bloody footprints that lead out right through the right out the window. And you really even have to do a survival check to see that there's a remnants of bloody footprints on an adjoining building rooftop.
What do we know about the flayer?
So definitely there have been some killings the past. Let me get the time frame correct. Past week or so. You've heard stories that there have been a number of these weird killings that, you know, I don't know that murder is necessarily a unique thing in Thistle Hold or a rare occurrence, but these killings, you've heard stories about flayed people. There've been talk of the Flayer is the name that has been given to this serial killer, and of course, being on the edge of Davokar, like everyone suspects, like this has got to be some kind of abomination that has come out of the woods and has infiltrated the city and is killing people.
Well, let's start from the basics. The prints in blood, are they indicative of a boot or a naked feet, or is there anything like stands out?
It is definitely a boot print, you know, not abnormally large. You can give me an investigation check.
Could I try as well? Alex?
Sure.
You should try because it's not my forte.
Kind of a slender footprint. You know, you
Slender.
maybe you're thinking maybe it belongs to a woman, human.
This footprint does not look like a man's footprint. And I tell the others to come take a look. See this? It's pretty slim.
A woman, you say?
A woman.
That might explain why initially Master Vernon was not scared when she flew in through the window. Apparently, if we believe what the tower maid and told us.
I'm sorry, did someone say that it's a woman's footprint? Oh,
Dario did it.
Yes, Dario looks back and who is that?
I'm sorry, I'm kind of down here. I tagged along with when we got the letter, and oh no.
Yes, it was a woman's footprint. What? Do you know of something?
Well, the black cloaks were chasing a woman through town earlier, and I didn't stop her when I had the chance.
Well, was this woman covered in blood?
I was just
perchance?
going to say, did we see any blood on this woman when she was trying to grab onto you?
I mean, the scent is such that I don't believe that she might have been running around not covered in blood and viscera.
Val, your earlier insight check. As you're talking about this, you know, woman's footprints and everything, like something doesn't feel like that doesn't satisfy you, and you just feel like maybe the housekeeper, like there's something that doesn't feel right. Like maybe she's withholding a detail.
He doesn't say anything, just runs back towards where he saw her last.
Okay, you find her down like back on the first floor. She's just like kind of pacing around. Oh, did you find something?
Who were the students that came during the day? Was any of them female?
No. I think two young lads. They're both sons of some merchants in town, but they were gone way before the murder happened.
I look at her and look at her boots.
Doesn't seem like it's a right fit. She's got like wide, manly feet.
Okay. So he relaxes a little bit. Okay. Had been any woman that had come to visit Master Vernon in the last week or so?
She says, yes. It was the elf. I don't know her name,
Elf?
but she's been here before.
Now that she describes an elf, would the print potentially match those of an elf more than a human?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Let me go share this news with the others. And after a couple of minutes, you would see Val come back and say, well, the news is it's not the Tower Maiden.
Yeah, I was hoping she would confess. Can't be that
That
easy.
will make it easy. Yeah, it can't be that easy. And in fact, it gets complicated. An elf was here within the last week. And now that we're looking at those prints a little bit more with attention, I couldn't fail to notice that they might match that of an elf.
You think if you follow where they landed on the roof over there, you might be able to find where she at least left her bloody clothes or get another clue of some sort.
Before we leave, though, I need to understand how she did this. Is any of you an expert of cuts and butchery and that sort of things.
Not
I can just do
butchery.
investigation. Can we tell how he was killed? Was he like sliced? Like, was it a sword? Was it, you know?
Someone could do a medicine check. Anora, I think you're proficient in medicine.
Yeah, I was just looking what I've got there. Sure I am.
So, Anora, you go, and this is probably not in your comfort zone to be this close to this body, but you're doing your best. And you can tell that he was strangled before he was skinned, so he died before he was flayed. And the most striking thing about it is he wasn't just flayed, but he has had parts of him removed. His thyroid, his adrenal gland, and some other internal organs have definitely, like, there are large cuts in him, and you can tell that there are parts of him that are missing.
Oh goodness. A few things that might be helpful to everyone. First of all, it looks like he was strangled before all of this, which would take, some strength to do, I would think. I think a young, small girl like the one we saw, she wouldn't be able to strangle a grown man like that. Anyway, he was strangled, is what I'm saying. And then, well, it has been a little while since I've done anything dissections but I cannot find a thyroid or his adrenal gland or several organs are missing, and they looked that they were removed with some deliberate nature, not just like an animal ripping something out. Does that make sense?
Near the body is also his flesh, and it looks like the way that it was cut like vertically and like stripped off of his body, and it's just kind of in a heap. There's a mat of hair, brown hair, there as well from his scalp. Dario, were you wanting to do an investigation check?
Yeah, if possible.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
12.
Would you
Step
like to
aside.
use one of your rerolls?
Yes. We roll that. Come on.
You do find, as you're looking around, you're just kind of doing a visual glance at some things, maybe poking at things with your boot or whatever, like the flesh pile. But you do see that there is a bloodied envelope on the floor, kind of really soaked in the blood.
And Dario will pick it up. That seems to be an envelope here. And I'll look to see if there's anything in it.
There is a letter. Little bit difficult to read because it is so heavily soaked and stained. You can make out about this much. Dear Master Nightpitch, I know that we seldom see eye to eye, but let me... unintelligible, and that the skull of the king was shown to you. Numerous sources have told me, unintelligible, infects all who touch it, infects with the power of corruption. You appear to have escaped its destructive powers. Maybe you never held it. Unintelligible. How the atrocities and the killings are connected to all this, I cannot claim to know, but from a reliable source I have heard that, and then you can't really make out the rest of it.
It was addressed to who? Dear Master
Nightpitch. Mayor Nightpitch.
The mayor. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a letter that he planned to send to the mayor, but didn't quite manage to.
Didn't get the net. Didn't get. Yeah. He chuckles to himself a little bit and doesn't say what he wants to say.
That matches what he sent to me in my letter about the skull of the Symbaroum king and the sickness and the corruption that followed everywhere it went.
Well, there is no evident connection to this skull and this murder scene. What I do see is evidence of a purposeful killing made with ritualistic precision. And as you were saying, points to the Anora, seems some parts were removed, specific parts. What is the purpose of the parts, generally speaking, before of those parts?
I mean, the thyroid and the adrenal, they control hormones, and I mean, I suppose someone could maybe, well, theoretically maybe, be used as some sort of potion to increase vitality, maybe something like that. I mean, hypothetically, I don't know that anyone has tried to do this, but that it maybe could be something someone might do. And other organs, I mean, I'm not sure any are particularly useful otherwise. I don't know if he has a spleen or I'm not sure.
I think you
Those
speculating about that. I'd let you do Arcana check or
can I do medicine? Feel it again like I'm like making like medical guesses.
sure, you could do that.
Okay.
I'll give you different
That's fine.
information on that, but
Yeah, like kind of like these are like the hey, I'm actually
that?
brilliant at all this.
there is maybe something to what you're saying about maybe particularly there are some barbarian tribes that have a belief that the consumption of certain glands can stave off corruption.
All right. And I don't believe this is I think this is just, well, but some I've heard tribes they do say that consuming certain organs might possibly make you not have the effects of corruption as acutely. I mean, this is just rumors. I've never seen anything that can actually stop you from getting corrupted, except for, the light of Prios blessing you. But that is something that I've heard.
More specifically,
never-
like it might be like something that a witch would say. Maybe not the tribe at large, but like it would be like a witch's solution or suggestion.
So
Someone who
basically,
practices dark magic.
you're saying that the motive of the murder could have been to procure organs to, in the belief, right or wrong, that would stop or slow corruption.
Yes.
Okay, but then why play and gut? Were these process necessary for the removal of the organs?
What is
Yeah,
Murgnak
seems
up
a
to?
bit successive.
Murgnak's looking for the biscuits.
You could probably find some where when she dropped the tray like out in the hall, like
Yeah, I'll take those.
probably some that
and
she
then
didn't quite clean up.
He's going to, after he takes those, he'll go to the window and try and determine how the person got across to the roof.
So you're on the third
Cross
floor. The roof below you is like on the second floor. So they must have just, basically like climbed down, and like jumped down. It wouldn't be a deathly fall. It'd just be a matter of feet. You can see the
Okay.
trail. Like kind of, it looks like their escape plan was on rooftop, like hopping from roof to roof through the city.
Can I do the same thing and see if I can follow her trail or their trail?
Are you independently gonna go do that without the rest of the group?
Yes.
Okay.
If you go, I'll follow because I had wondered where it led before as well. So if I see you going, I'll follow along with you.
All right. So Murgnak and Vesper, you climb down and get onto the rooftop below. And it goes across these shingles. It would be like another hop to the next one. We'll say like 3 rooftops easily. And then I think from there give me a survival check.
An 8.
Yeah, I got an 8 as well.
Okay.
You might want to reroll those rolls, right?
You could re-roll. You do both.
I
or
don't
one?
have a
Yeah.
good survival skill.
I'll try and reroll it.
Okay.
That's a little better. 16.
That's better. Yes. Okay. So the two of you continue following, and if you're looking at your map here, so it goes like all the way through this block and continues, and it looks like somewhere over by this square they got off the rooftop and went down to the street level into an alley.
Did they seem to leave anything along the way? Like any articles of clothing or items or anything on the rooftops or down
No.
right below in the alley?
Nope. The only thing,
Okay.
only evidence you have is the trail of footprints. Do you climb down?
Yes.
When you climb down, you can't pick back up on the bloody footprints, but you do. Give me a quick investigation check.
Jeez.
I think with a 10, you can find the spot. They wiped their feet kind of in the dirt here. You can find kind of like some marks where clearly like they dug and intentionally dirtied up their boots to conceal their footprints going forward.
My lady, is this the direction that you came from?
I don't know.
You said
where I
that you
came
ran
from.
into a lady that might have been responsible.
Well, I don't think the girl was an elf, right? She was
No,
a human girl.
Human.
Yeah, no, we didn't run into an elven girl though. It was a human. I'm not sure where on the map we came from, to be honest.
I'm gonna guess your shop's probably more closer to like the middle square, somewhere in this
Okay.
wider district in this area. So not the same.
Okay. And this was we came from the Antique Plaza.
So probably not the same lady that you ran into.
I didn't get the sense that that girl was responsible. It seemed like the man in the dark spectacles and wide brimmed hat. I didn't get a good feeling from him. But I didn't want to say anything in front of the other girl. She's like really into Prios, and I don't want to disillusion her.
I understand.
But unfortunately, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I can't see anywhere else this trail leads.
Me as well. Should we question some people around here to see if they saw somebody covered in blood running around?
I just want to point out we're a dwarf and a goblin, and many of the people around here are humans. They're not going to take kindly to me. I have to roll at disadvantage with any kind of social check with you.
That's true.
Maybe we should go get the captain. His authority, they'll listen to him.
He's not actually a captain. He's just a friend of the captain's.
Okay. But he has authority.
You are correct. They would probably more likely talk to him than to us.
Maybe by the time we get back, they'll have figured out more.
Yes.
The two of you are heading back to the tower or to the academy. In the meantime,
I will offer her a biscuit as well.
There's a dusty biscuit for you.
I'll take it and put it in my purse for later, where it can fall to the bottom with all the sticky candies, that I'm sure she's got in there. Here's the butterscotch for you.
In this, this probably took you, I don't know, probably 20 minutes to follow the footsteps, and you're doing very calculated, following the bloody footprints and everything. Val, Anora, Dario, anything that you were doing during that time?
If we cannot get any other indicia, I would say that we start kind of taking down the body and kind of cleaning up.
Do you want to do? I don't think you've done an investigation check yet.
Okay. Give it a try, even though Dario is really the expert here about this. But
I have expertise in investigation, but I rolled a 1 when I got to investigate, so it's painful.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So,
unless you want to reroll.
I guess I'm gonna reroll that one. Yes, I cannot let it stand. It's horrible. Looks really, really not pretty. Come on.
No, that's better.
Come on.
So there is a detail that was about to be missed, but as you're taking down the body and everything, you're looking at the skin that's laying there, and it has pointy ears.
Oh.
And Verna was not.
Verna was a human.
So let me understand this. The skin underneath the body that lacks skin is the skin of an elf. Is that what you're...
That's what it seems to be, yes. It doesn't seem to be his skin.
Does that mean that it's somebody that now looks like Vernum?
This is what I would think it to mean, yes.
That is argued. So this creature wears the skin. Hence my question about, you're going to get the organs, but why are you wearing the skin? Yes, because you're horrible and mutated, and you need the skin to look normal. So this creature was an elf, and now is Master Vernum. That is just perfect.
Is there anything on the skin Alex, that shows like, the beginnings of becoming an abomination or
Not that you can tell just from poking around at it, no. Very hard to conceptualize like what this person would have looked like or what would be normal, but the ears were like the one thing out of the mess of gore on the floor that is a sign that something is amiss.
I think we have indicia here suggesting this, that whoever killed this might believe that eating the organs can stave off the corruption, which would suggest that this individual is more likely barbarian than Ambrian, and two, that right now it might be going around in the skin of Master Verna.
Val, there's another thing as you're trying to put the case together, you're trying to link all this stuff together. You see something out of the corner of your eye because you have a passive perception of 13, I believe. You notice that there is a ring on the floor beneath Vernum's desk. It's coated in blood. It's a little bit difficult to see, but as you were like kind of cleaning up and trying to tidy up best you can and maybe make a little bit less work for the housekeeper, you find this discarded ring.
Okay, I guess Val would pick it up with caution and examine it and make sure also Dario and Anora take a look at it. Is there something he doesn't know? So symbols or anything?
Kind of start to kind of wipe it off, clean it off a little bit so you can get a better look at it. And yes, there is a inscription on the inside of the ring. It's kind of a rusty iron ring. Do any of you have the lore master feature?
Not me.
I do not.
I just have deep knowledge. That's arcana and religion and teachings of Prios.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. Like you don't recognize the runes on the inside or the writing.
Well, we carry with us as we make our way out and finally realize that Vesper and Murgnak are not with us and wondering where they went.
I think at the window.
And maybe
But it
about
was
this
when-
time, Vesper and Murgnak, you'll come back.
Where did you guys go?
We were just trying to follow the bloody footprints. They jumped on the roof a bit and then went down into an alleyway and wiped the blood off their feet. A couple
Perhaps
blocks
we should
north.
check it out.
You didn't happen to see Master Vernum out there, did you?
Now that's a really cruel thing to say.
No. It's
Well-
evidence based. So whoever killed him skinned him and probably put his skin on. The skin on the murder scene is that of an elf. Given that we have evidence that the elf might have been around, possibly killing him, we have to imagine that the killer might be wearing Vernum's skin right now.
But they wouldn't have his bone structure. They didn't
No.
have a man's feet as they jumped from the window.
And wouldn't it make more sense that maybe this wasn't Master Vernon and he's the one that did this?
That this is just the elf here? Well,
Yeah.
Let's look at the body. We should be able to tell if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah, it'd be a hard one to miss in the medicine check, wouldn't it?
The player didn't take
know,
that part,
that's
so
very
yes, it is a
intelligent.
man.
It would be poor investigators if we had failed to notice that detail.
Yeah, the body
So-
would appear to be a human man.
So it's him, but whoever killed him is wearing his skin, kind of like taking a robe and dismantling it and sewing it up again.
Yes, but a poor imitation, I think, if the feet don't match. And but I'm sure there's some sort of glimmer or magic around it, so maybe not immediately obvious.
Maybe that's why there's been so many killings. How long does a skin suit really last? I wouldn't know.
I know, but maybe that's what's happening as each one, is going forward. And so the next killing, we should expect to find Master Vernon's skin.
Well, I
Or maybe
would
this
hope
elf
that
was the last victim. You know what I'm saying? That
yeah,
she-
we definitely should investigate the elf, but I think we should be able to find Master Vernon before the next killing, ideally. That will make the captain incredibly happy, or
Yes.
not unhappy.
So we probably are looking for a human, is what you're saying, or it's going to look human because the elf Do you know who the last victim was, Captain? I'm just going to keep calling you Captain.
I'm not the captain. My name is Val.
Oh,
The
right.
captain is the dear Captain Talius. I'm just
Okay.
a
Oh,
humble investigator and
all
poor
right.
at that. But Dario here is very good at investigating.
Do you know who the previous murder victim was?
No, but I'm sure we can find that out
I know, right?
expediently.
I mean, we're assuming it's an elf. Be good to know.
Let's go speak with the
Ring.
captain. Let's see if we can
Yeah,
get that information.
let's let him know what we found so far.
All right.
And do you guys happen to know those runes? And he would show to Vesper the iron ring.
I don't have a lore master feature.
And you say it's made of iron.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but there's something called the Iron Pact, and this was made of iron. But I'm going to leave it at that, and let's go
Iron
get more
Pact.
information.
The elves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, but I cannot. Yeah,
They were referenced. They were
They're
referenced
referenced
in his
somewhere.
letter. They were
Yeah.
referenced in his letter. He
Oh,
was looking into it, right? The Iron Pact. Everyone who went on that expedition, they died of a horrible sickness, of corruption, or were tracked down by the Iron Pact. If I wrote it down, I tried to write it down as fast as you were reading it, Alex, but I'm not really great at transcribing. So if I'm missing anything,
No, I think you guys are getting it. So you wish to leave the tower and go to the garrison, try to track down the captain. All right. I think we'll say it's like it's probably like maybe like equivalent of like 6 p.m. right now. Investigation here and tracking down the footprints and everything. You know, it took a little bit of time. And so as you're making your way down south to the southern end of town, I think the garrison is kind of down over here ish. By I think it's by number 13 there. So you'll go and gonna meet at the walled garrison and be led to the captain's offices. This is kind of where each of the precinct captains like have us an office here, and so Captain Talios is waiting for you, and you all will be granted an audience almost immediately upon stating who you are and like what you were just investigating and such. And the captain will receive you. He's sitting behind a big desk. He's just got piles and stacks of paperwork on his desk. You can just see he's a little bit behind. Office itself is pretty drab, not well kept and everything. And you're kind of all huddled in there pretty tight and close. And he's just like, well, Val, I hope you're here. You got something for me. Tell me you've got a lead that we might be able to prevent another one of these killings here tonight.
we have multiple leads.
Wonderful.
And he shows him the ring. Sir, have you ever seen something like this?
It's just an ugly ring. Well, what about it?
Do we know who was murdered before Master Vernon? Would that happen to be a female elf?
He would say no. It's just a damn chimney sweep. He's I
Human?
got a stack of papers here. I got testimonies. He like throws those on the table,
She could read.
and he's like
Looks at the
flipping
other
through it, and he's like,
numbers.
okay, victim number 4. I got a statement from a spice peddler that was in the vicinity. It smelled strange, and I got suspicious. Why the smell of slaughterhouse from a hen house? The town watch told me what was in there, but I never saw it myself. Life doesn't get better from seeing such things. I saw no one in the vicinity. You can talk to the corpse examiner if you want more details on his piss-poor job that he did.
Okay. Well, what we found is that the victim was strangled, and then specific parts of the body were taken out. It was skinned, but interestingly enough, the skin we found underneath the body had pointed ears. The prints around the body were booted, and likely those of a female, potentially that of a female elf. And an elf had visited Master Vernon in the week prior to killing. So nothing concrete yet, but it all points to the potential that the Slayer is aware and believes in clan folks' belief that in consuming specific organs, you might starve off or slow down corruption, and possibly wears the skin of its victims,
Ugh.
as gruesome as that sounds.
The corpse examiner mentioned something about that. The glands were missing. So you think it's some kind of? You think this is a witch we're dealing with? Is that your assessment?
My assessment is as someone who is aware of that belief and seems to go along with it. Why consume the glands if you're not aware and believe that that might help you? That doesn't necessarily mean you're a witch. It just means that you're aware and believe in it. So it could be a clan folk like me, but it could be extensively an Ambrian that believes in such things.
Val, I need your help on this. You could take these files, you could comb through them, see if there's something that I'm just not seeing here, but I'm getting a lot of pressure to wrap this up, see if we can find this flare and put them to justice, and people are getting scared. It's not good for business. The mayor's breathing down my neck on this.
That you know of, did the Mayor Nightpitch interact with the expedition? I believe it's called the Gorex expedition.
Yeah, you sounded just like Vernum. Yeah, this is why I needed you. Vernum was talking to me. He was barking up my ass about this skull. He believes there's some connection. Between this
he believes
this
that
Gorak that you're talking about.
Believe that. Yeah, I have found no evidence that there is a connection, but he seemed persuaded that there was. And this lady here points to Vesper. She received a letter from the deceased, where I believe he also related to her the same belief.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that Mayor Nightpitch had an audience with Gorak. I think they talked about the skull. I think he had him over. He received him at his house. I believe he.
How much time ago was that? Weeks or months?
Months.
Well, we'll do our best. If I can retain the services of these fine folks here to help me, assist me, that would be wonderful, provided that they want to assist in this.
If you need, like I said, if you want to talk to the corpse examiner, well,
yes, that could help.
I can't say for sure where he is. He's never in his office. He's always in some bar somewhere. I would try the salons of Symbaroum. If he's not there, try the next tavern over and keep following, and eventually you'll find him. God damn drunk.
And he will point at Vesper or Anora, say, you guys can read fluently in Ambrian?
I can read.
Gives
Ambrian?
You then the stash of stuff. This is the files. Could you please do me a favor and see if there's anything useful in there?
Oh, I think that would be better than going out and maybe seeing any more bodies tonight.
Well, we still going out. We have to find this corpse examiner, and I wouldn't mind taking a look at where you guys found the last evidence of where the potential murderer got absconded. Any other ideas?
No, I think that makes the most sense.
Is there anyone in town who would be able to read these rules? He asks to the captain.
You could maybe try the masters at the Ordo Magica. Probably they read that for you.
And they would collaborate with us on this.
I should think so.
Okay. Can I have paper from you stating that I'm on official business?
He quickly just scribbles some, a really lazy letter to you and signs it. And he's like, "There you go, Val."
Thank you, Captain. Okay, I'm ready unless you guys have questions for the captain.
Let's go.
Okay, where to then? Corpse Examiner or Magica, back alley for further clues.
The back alley, yeah, either that or I'm just thinking the back alley, the clues that are there are probably time sensitive. I don't know if there are any clues left, but the people that might be hanging around, or if we don't want it to rain.
Yeah, it's gonna be dark.
It rains
soon,
a lot here too.
So you want to head to the alley where the flare presumably dropped off the roofs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head back up to the northern side of the town. It's probably the equivalent of about maybe 7:30 by the time you get there. You get to the alley. You point out kind of where maybe the little scuffed blood marks in the dirt can be found, and that's where you lost the trail. It seems like it is pretty much right in an alley, right next to a pretty busy street that leads towards Toad Square, where the beacon is, and there's like a big. The reason it's called Toad Square is because there's this big skeletal abomination that kind of looks vaguely froggish, I guess, in art, skeletal structure that is like a big monument in the middle of the square. That's also where the salons of Symbaroum, some of the taverns and such are.
I'll start investigating. If you want me to roll.
Okay, you can do an investigation check.
Oh my god.
I know.
Do we have any rerolls left?
There are 2 rerolls left.
What do you guys think? Should I use one of them?
I don't care. I don't know what
I
others
like
people
to
think, but
see
if you want to go for it.
all the information we can get right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Come on. There we go. 19.
Give me a lead. What are you investigating for? What are you trying to hope to accomplish?
Oh well, trying to see the if the footprints go anywhere. If there's any blood. I mean, there's got to be some blood dripping.
No, it looks like the basically you've been following the bloody footprints here, and this is like the place where they took the time to clean that up. So you aren't able to find any more footprints.
Anybody that may have seen something? Are there any?
Kind of, you're asking like a couple of random passerbys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Or even if there's
I
like
don't know if-
windows, like
Yeah,
if there's
like
windows
windows, yeah.
looking that maybe somebody inside could have seen something.
Yeah, you'll check on that. You're gonna come up short. You'll talk to a couple of people, try to get some reports about if they saw anybody like drop off the rooftop here. Give me a second here. I would say based on how they kind of cleaned up their footprints here, and maybe there's one print that kind of helps point that they definitely went towards Toad Square.
That's where we'll go at next.
So I'll just add the context that they probably dropped off here because they were heading to Toad Square, but they didn't want to drop off the roof in Toad Square. It would be a little, obvious. So they chose to do so in an alley and then headed there.
And you said this is where the bars, like where the corpse examiner, the salons of Symbaroum.
Yeah, that's where the captain
Are as
kind of
well?
suggested that's his favorite
Okay.
place to tie it off or whatever.
Well, what about that? I mean, we could get lucky and maybe the killer's at the bar. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
That will be too easy,
he
too
won't
simple.
Do that.
I like to
Well, I
explore
figure
every possibility.
Some things have to go right once in a while. Why not to us?
Well, let's go to the salons of Symbaroum then.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about something here. Okay, so you head to the salons of Symbaroum. It's really just a kind of a series of dives in taverns that are kind of on a road that kind of leads right off the square there. And each of them, 3 stories. Oh, sorry. It's not a row. I'm sorry. It's actually a block, and there's kind of mini taverns like in these 3 levels of this one building. So you go in there, it's crowded, lots of drinking, gambling happening. On the second floor, there's maybe some exotic dancing happening, some more carnal kinds of things happening there. But luckily, you find who you're looking for right on the first level, and you find the corpse examiner is just sitting by himself in a booth and asking around. You eventually, find him. He's a balding man in his 50s. And he's pretty red in the face by the time you drop into the booth and talk to him. But he introduces himself as Elantro. Says, "Hey, come join me. Grab a drink. You're friends of the captain, you say?"
Not friends, but
Yeah.
we work with him.
Yeah, we have some questions about the bodies that you've examined.
Don't ask me about that. That's why I'm here, to forget about all that.
Well, we can't forget about it because there's been another murder.
Ask away. Ask your questions. The quicker I answer your questions, the quicker I can return to oblivion. So,
The organs.
yes. All of the bodies I've examined are missing precisely 3 glands. The adrenal,
Okay.
the thyroid. I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah,
Some
had-
third one.
Okay. Very well. What about the skin?
Pituitary. I bet it was the pituitary.
Yes.
What about the skin?
Oh, yeah. Each of the bodies very flayed, almost like wallpaper being stripped. Very thin pieces. Ugh. You know, I went into this line of work because I have a strong stomach, but this has tested me in ways that I've never experienced in my career.
But the skins and the bodies that you examined matched.
Of course. What do you mean they matched?
So, well, that's difficult to describe, but assume that someone with my body shaped, right, were skinned, and then someone else with my body shape wore my skin.
You're blowing my mind right now. Yes, I can imagine all of this. You're suggesting that the skins at the crime scenes don't belong to their victims.
That's what I'm suggesting, and I'm asking of you if it would be possible to review the skins and compare them with the victims that you've examined so far. I know it's disgusting, but that could help us getting one step closer to solving this mystery.
The bodies have already been disposed of. I have reports that I could share with you.
Was the last victim a elf?
An elf? No.
None of the victims was an elf.
No. I would
Well, then-
I would know an
100%
elf.
sure.
I would know an elf.
So maybe the elven form stays stable under Captain Val. Maybe it's always an elf, but they just make the skin fit their form.
Well, we did find the skin of an elf, so at least one elf has been skinned, I would imagine.
It's not, unless if I were to take your skin and put it on me, it would look dwarven, right? Because I still am going to be a dwarf. So maybe she stretches the skin of her victims over her elven ears, and it takes on the form then of an elf until she sheds that and gets a new set of flesh clothes.
Were any of the victims female?
Yes. Victim number 3 was a barmaid, and that was it. That one was a woman.
There have been 4, right? 4 murders?
4.
Well, now 5.
He gives you like the rundown. He's like, victim number 1 was a trapper killed by Toad Square. It was 6 days ago. Body was found the north side of the beacon. Victim number 2 was a treasure hunter. Their body was found actually near here in a shed. Number 3 was found in the rose garden by the north gate. Number 4 was a chimney sweep, I believe. His body was found in a backyard hen house.
So by looking at this on the map, would that give us a specific subset of Thistle Hold, or would those be all over the place?
No, they all seem to be kind of in the northern district. Messer Vernum's probably is the one that's maybe the furthest away from Toad
Farthest.
Square, but still, relatively not that far away.
Any other thought, guys?
What's the other lead that we have? Or the other person we can visit?
We could go to Ordo Magica and ask about the inscriptions on the ring. I'm gonna ask this, Alex. I know it's not, but just the avoidance of issues. This guy does not look like Master Vernum, correct?
Oh, the body examiner? No.
Yes,
He-
of
he-
course.
he's
I
just-
just want to make it clear that I'm looking, but I assume he's not. Okay.
Nope. He just seems like a very drunk, incompetent corpse examiner.
Okay. Well, Ordo Magica, I would let someone else lead there, though. That's now my milieu.
It's probably about 8:30 or so by the time you leave the salons of Symbaroum and you head to the Ordo Magica Tower. Aside from the building, aside from the beacon, this is probably the second largest structure in town. It is on the southwestern district. Trying to see where exactly it is. It's like number 30 over here. So you arrive before the tower, and it stands on a plot that is surrounded by a stone wall. And as you approach, it's very well lit. You can see light coming through its windows and such. So you know that the masters must still be awake. You arrive, ring the bell at the door, and you are met by a sort of elderly goblin who's kind of dressed almost like a doorman. And he opens up the door and just with kind of really old eyes looks out at you all and says, "Who rings the doors of Ordo Magica at this hour?"
We all do, I guess. No one's speaking, but I'll talk to you. We're investigating some murders, and one of the things we found on the murder scene has something written in a runic way we don't understand, and we were wondering if one of the masters would be able to help us figure this out. We've got Under Captain Val here, who's leading the investigation.
Yes, you have come with important business, and you wish to consult the wisdom of the masters. Certainly, they would be happy to assist you and answer your questions. Might I take your names down and your place of rest within our fair city, that I might be able to follow up with you when an appointment opens up to speak with them?
An appointment.
This is urgent.
Yes.
Will be
Lives are on the
sure
line.
to express to the masters the nature of your urgency and the threats and etc., and I would be happy to relay these messages to them, and they will certainly prioritize it for you.
There's just been a murder, and we're coming right from the scene. We need to speak to the masters now.
Certainly, I can prioritize this request if.
Dario is just gonna go through the door.
Oh, he's like,
And if I knock over the goblin,
help.
Oh, I'll help him up.
Excuse me, you're not permitted to be here.
I'm just
without-
walking in, and I
Sir.
look. Is there some sort of corridor?
You're
a
like
door somewhere?
You walk in like it's kind of a grand, entrance with spiraling staircases that lead up. There's plush seating and things like this. Kind of a waiting area. Is okay if you could come and sit in here for rest a bit. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
You
Yes,
stay-
and let them know
you
that we'll be waiting.
You stay here.
Sure.
He lingers for a while as you sit down, and he just stares at you like you're very irritated. And then he starts
So are we.
trudging up the stairs very slowly, and you're all alone for a little bit here.
I don't know about these Order Magica types.
So that was more your type. Weren't you like a witch hunter or something?
I'm more of a beast hunter. I don't trust witches, but those blighted beasts. That's what I hunt usually.
Like you're hunting one now.
That's why I just couldn't let this goblin stop us from talking to these people. Time is of the essence.
About the rest of you, and he points at Nora, Vesper.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, what motivates you in wanting
Oh.
to sort this thing through?
This was my friend. We would talk about our dreams. We both had very disturbing dreams, and he sent me a letter after dreaming about his death and having that premonition. And I've had many dreams where bad things happen, and then it happens in real life. So just want to figure out who hurt my friend.
You studied with the witches?
Did I study with witches? No,
You just naturally witch.
I'm not a witch.
I mean, you leverage knowledge that pertains to the Huldras, correct? Or am I misunderstanding?
I haven't
You have
shown
dreams.
any. I have
You have
dreams.
dreams that become true. So you have the gift of foretelling,
The
forewarning,
dwarves
or
don't
something.
see it as a gift, which is why I'm no longer with them. It's kind of unsettling to people when you tell them that you saw their house burn down last night in a dream, and then it does. And then you have to
Does
try to
that
explain you're not an arsonist. It doesn't go well.
does that work with the past as well? Can you see the past?
I haven't yet. Usually it's what's going to happen, but it might not happen if we can stop it. One of these times I'll be able to stop it.
And what about you, Prios type?
I think she's talking about you, child.
I'm sorry. This whole thing has gotten me very distracted. No, we're friends. We talk about things. I talk to everyone. I don't know if you've seen me around, but I am in the service of Prios, and I just am trying to tell people what he can do in their lives. And well, with her dreams, I thought that maybe Prios could help with her dreams, and so that's how we got to know each other. And then I was there when the letter came, and so I came along, and I suppose it was good that I did because I do know a bit about how well to heal people, which he was too far gone for that. But I could at least know what happened to him, and so that was good. But no, I want people to know the goodness and light and not whatever darkness this is. Horrible, horrible darkness.
About 30 minutes or so pass. You're conversing, trying to get acquainted with like kind of the two halves of the group, are trying to understand a little bit about one another. And coming down the stairs is accompanied by the goblin doorman, is a man in wizardly robes, salt and pepper hair, kind of a big unruly beard, smoking a pipe. He comes down and he comes over to you, shakes all of your hands. It's like, hello, welcome to the Institute of the Ordo Magica. My name is Master Euphrinda. Godog here says you were very insistent about meeting with a master, and so here I am. You have a lot of questions pertaining to the flare that stalks our streets
Yes.
at night.
Yes, we just
Thank you
came
for
from,
seeing us. We
oh,
appreciate, and sorry to have disturbed you, but this is of the uttermost importance.
Well,
Have
I
you ever
wish to
seen
make
something
myself
like this?
I'm indispensable here. I will answer your questions.
show him the
Have
ring.
you seen in this
Ah,
ring before?
an interesting little artifact you bring me here. I'm presuming you don't understand what this inscription on the inside reads. Well,
Precisely.
let me educate you, my friend.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, oh, Prios.
Oh,
Prius.
Very reverent and absolutely, yes, please tell us.
It reads, Nevermore, written in the Elvish script. It is a symbol of the long
Nevermore?
dead, yes, the alliance between the elves and the humans from long ago. Nevermore shall the humans walk into Davokar. Nevermore shall humans repeat the mistakes of the Symbaroum Empire. Where did you find such a ring?
This ring had been discarded after a murder, in a murder scene. Like, we don't know if this was on the victim. Probably not. More likely was the murderer, who might have been, or might have been dressed. No, that's not the right word. Might have wore the skin
He was disguised.
of an elven female, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't.
Well, disguised, you say? Using skin?
Yes.
Seems that way.
That does sound horrible. It sounds like some dark magic indeed, to take the skin of one man and wear it. Disguise themselves.
You've never heard of such a thing?
Of course I've heard of such a thing.
So it can be done.
Of course it can be done. You'd have to be depraved to endure such a ritual, but it couldn't be done.
And there's three, there seem to be three glands that are missing from each of the people that have been killed by this flare. The adrenal gland, thyroid, and some other one.
Well,
have you heard of that before?
That could be related to the spell. No, that's something else entirely. I don't believe the removal of the glands would be necessary for the blood shrouding spell, which I assume your flayer is using. If they're flaying skin and disguising themselves in the manner that you speak, I believe that is what they are doing. But no, I wouldn't tie the organs to that. That must be something else entirely.
Yeah, the organ seems to be connected to a witch practice that suggests that consuming those organs might starve off or countermand somehow corruption, something of that sort.
You know who would be very interested in talking to you about this would be one of our former members, Master Vernum.
Well, it so happens that Master Vernon was just grisly murdered and skinned. That's why we're here.
Really? He was just here.
Really.
Just as
when you say just, you mean when?
He looks over to the goblin. Didn't he check out just moments ago, about an hour ago? And the goblin just goes and pulls out a ledger, flips it open, and there is like an in-out time. It seems that they have a log of everyone that's visited Ordo Magica, and they have to sign in and sign it out, and Master Vernum's name is listed there.
What was he asking about? What was his business?
He was in the library for a time, and he went and used the ritual chamber.
Ritual chamber for what?
And
Did you ask him anything, Gornak? Flip to his page. Or sorry, Goldog, the goblin. I don't know what his business was, Master.
So he had the voice of Master Vernon.
The goblin just says, he sounded a little funny.
How did he
Didn't talk
look?
much.
So that would make sense. Did he say anything? He would be back, or where he was going next?
No.
Anything? No. Can you describe him in every little detail, even things that you might think are not important, to help us right now?
He describes his like physical appearance, which to Vesper would seem accurate. He would suggest that he was very short on words. He said very little, but did request access to the ritual library and the adjoining ritual room.
Can you
And
take
would
a
there
s-
be? I was going to ask if there would be a log that we would know what he consulted.
Yes, they Goldog goes and kind of fetches that from the library, and most of it was spells that maybe consist of traditional wizardry, but there's a scroll that's actually missing that he checked out from the library and took with him. Scroll of dispel magic. And your friend would say, he checked out a scroll of dispel magic? That seems a little beneath him.
Well, that's because it's not
wasn't
him.
him. Yeah, he's dead. That's why he sounded funny. I wonder if it sounded funny to the housekeeper when he shouted to her, if that was really him at that time. I mean, how long really was he dead? If whoever took his skin could impersonate him, they may have been on the loose longer than we realized even.
So the spell that this master Eufrinda you're speaking about, this blood shrouding, does that also allow you to impersonate vocally someone?
No, it's just appearance.
And who would know that type of spell?
Those who dabble in dark magic, old magic, witches. Those who do not have qualms about incurring the corruption that goes along with such magic. Here at Ordo Magica, we don't condone the use of such spells, and we are doing our best to regulate and understand the nature of corruption. But this magic is an abomination. And he's like kind of looking at Anora a little bit. We do not condone such rituals here.
I wouldn't believe that you would.
I might.
Well, you can get the hell out.
Mhm.
I'm just kidding. You stay.
Can
So
you
what
can
would
you show
this
us the
scroll
ritual?
of? Yeah.
You want to see the ritual room?
Yeah, see if there's
Okay.
any.
It'll take you up a few flights of stairs and take you into the library, which is, just two-tiered library with just all sorts of ancient tomes. It has that kind of smell of old parchment, and takes you through that all the way to the back. There's like a room, almost like where you'd expect like a quiet study room or something to be, but beyond those doors is a larger chamber. There's kind of like a ritualistic symbol, like a magic circle inscribed on the stonework in this room, and there's like an altar where one could like maybe prep the ingredients or the whatever the ritualistic like components are, and this is supposed to be kind of almost like an experimentation chamber to like practice certain magics without damaging anything. Like it's vacant really of most pieces of furniture other than that little altar table.
Are there any like remnants left behind of what might be necessary for some sort of spell?
There doesn't seem to be any evidence that it was left behind. Whatever they had with them when they were in here, they took with them.
I'm not good with magic, so what would the dispel magic allow this individual, this creature, to do?
If they were under some kind of a hex or a curse, if they were maybe feeling out of sorts after having interacted with some artifact that is full of corruption, these are common things that we get consulted about all the time by the treasure hunters that head into Davokar that pick up some illness or some disease or some curse looking for a cure.
Like the skull.
Would it
Like
work on an
effort to speak
object?
with
Yeah.
Gorak.
Could be directed towards an object itself. Not always successful, mind you, but
Do you know who Gorak is?
that name is familiar to me. Why is it? He led an expedition some months
Well,
ago.
this Gorak
Found a skull.
correct and brought back reportedly. Not that I've seen it. Yes.
I remember. It was the skull of a Symbaroum king. I never saw the skull myself. I hear Mayor Nightpitch got a good look at it, though. They say that everyone that went on that expedition endured very grueling deaths. I even got a report that 2 such people were found to have become abominations crossing into the boundary from the old country into Ambria, crossing through the Titans.
So what are we looking at here? I think it's at this point we can assume it's not just murders. There is something at play here. Someone with enough understanding of ritual and magic to do such things. But you seem to believe that given that this potential murderer got a scroll of the spell magic, that would label him or her or it as not particularly proficient in magic? Is that what, not that I'm aware of it, but is that what you implied?
Well,
that's beneath him?
Yes, Master Vernum was very, very well learned in sorcerous ways. It would have been a spell he would have mastered very early in his education.
So it's possible that this individual, not Master Vernum, has not achieved the same skill, which indicates he is, or again, I'm saying I have no idea. It is learning rituals and magic. Justin is coming from a previous career that is not that of magic.
It could be. That's plausible. Odd that someone that would be able to use the magic and go through the ritual to disguise themselves would go through the efforts of trying to recover that scroll, but I'm sorry that you've brought me quite the puzzle here late this evening, good sir, but I can't connect those dots, unfortunately.
But at least please be aware that anytime that Master Vernum comes over, it is not Master Vernum. Please at least make sure that everyone in your order understands that.
Yes, and if he happens to come by again, keep him here and let us
call
know.
us, or the captain of the guard.
The goblin is just like, I have a way of drawing things out and talking to people. I could probably tie him down for quite a while.
But that individual is incredibly dangerous, Mr. Be aware of that.
Oh, to Do you know of any other place where Master Vernum would have frequented?
He tells you yes. They chatted on occasion. He knows that he had been meeting with Captain Talios quite a bit, because Master Vernum had become very interested in the Flayers' killings, just because of his speculation about the connection to the skull. He says, one second. He'd frequent the salons of Symbaroum for food and drinks often. He would also tutor orphan children and such at the mission house. He would often come here and read something in the library, study rituals. That's why it wasn't really out of the ordinary that he would stop here, and like the things that like accessing the library and the ritual chamber was kind of part of his routine anyway, or like not something out of the ordinary, so nobody really thought to question it.
Do we have any other lead, guys?
Other than the mayor,
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you have any tie-ins to the mayor, but it seems like whether or not the mayor had his hands on that skull is a question that's come up more than once tonight.
I agree.
Well, I'm not sure we would be received by the mayor in the absence of an invitation.
Certainly wouldn't be.
I'm sure the captain can arrange that.
Does the captain
Wait.
want to arrange that, given that he just
Are-
told us that he's got his breath down the neck? Yes.
Are we saying that the mayor is involved or a possible victim?
It's just another connection that his name has come up as someone that Vernum had talked to, written to, tried writing to. A couple other people have been talking about how the skull and Mayor Night Pitch. I don't know.
So, just like the context, people often want to show the mayor when they have like something cool that they discovered in the forest, because he's got a lot of money and he buys stuff. So that's kind of the context of how his name got involved in this, is that he's somebody that was shown the skull, but someone that hasn't died.
Which is
Yeah.
odd, right? Because everybody else has
Everybody
died.
else
Like
has
other
died.
than
Yep.
other than the Gorak or whatever his name is, he'd be another one we might want to.
Well, he's
Gorak
gone
is
into
fine.
hiding, so we will need to figure out where he's hiding.
Right. Yeah. But Anora, you were saying something, dear.
Oh, just we should go to his offices now because he might be in danger right now. So I think we should go.
Well, we can certainly try, as long as we understand that that might be challenging.
I could always barge in as well. So
Get yourself arrested. That's great.
To the mayor's office?
Let's do that.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a terrible idea.
There might be some more swords there than the goblin doorkeeper.
Exactly. It's not happenstance that he did not die, because he has a security detail, something that nobody here has. But
He might
I
be
would
in
recommend going to the
danger.
captain first. But let's go to the captain first, because the other thing I'll point out is that Master Vernum was normally in contact with him as well, which it's not necessarily incriminating, but again, it does tell that in terms of relationship of people who might have been involved, definitely him.
All right. So the hour is late. It is probably probably close to 10 p.m. at this point, with all the waiting that the goblin made you do and the conversation here and such. Is this a task for immediacy, or one that you would do after getting a rest?
I think we should definitely report back to Captain Talius, and then if he believes that it warrants enough urgency to go to the mayor now, we'll do it. If he doesn't believe so, then after rest. What do you guys think?
I think that makes sense. I mean, because if one of the risks of being exposed to the skull is corruption and becoming an abomination, the mayor might not be in danger himself, but could be a danger to others if we think he's been exposed. So reporting to the captain to see what the suggestion would be would make sense to me.
So you head to the garrison and go to the captain's office. You'll find him. He's like conked out on his desk, snoring loudly when you walk in.
Captain.
And his head jolts up, and he's just got like paperwork kind of stuck to his sweaty scalp, and he like pulls it off. Ah, God's damn it, Valandros, Valandros,
Well,
whatever. What is it? You got a lead.
Well, more than we know that the perpetrator is running around with the identity of Master Vernon currently, including going to the Ordo Magica and reportedly participating in some kind of ritual and then checking out a scroll of the spell magic. So the murder is right now, we have 2 points of evidence indicating that he is, or it is, appearing as Master Vernon. So I think we should have guardsmen out there looking for Master Vernon and reporting for his presence anywhere.
All right, I'll be able to brief. We got. I'll brief my my lieutenants and my patrols on that as soon as I can. That's a helpful tip. But you have any leads?
But there's
on...
urgency.
There's urgency.
Master
Yes.
Vernum or it?
There is urgency.
Can I just ask, do we think it always looks like Master Vernum? Because the footprints were a female elf, right? The footprints that
But
we
then-
initially followed, and then it was Master Vernum. Do you think it was a transformation? Was it something that he can go back and forth with?
I think it's the blood shrouding spell, something like that.
Right. But is that a permanent? Does the spell permanently change his appearance,
That I-
or is it a temporary thing? Do you know what I mean? Because we followed footprints that were not bloody footprints, right? That were female elven footprints, but we know Master Vernum was seen. So I'm just trying to figure out, was it a transformation that happened, or is it something that they can kind of turn on and off? We wouldn't want to only be looking for Master Vernum if this creature could become a female elf again, right? Or I'm sorry, I'll speak out of character. Is what I'm saying making any sense to anyone else? Like, we
Yeah.
followed footprints that
That looked like a woman, and now we
were
have
okay.
Master Vernum,
So I'm
like
just
himself. Like,
not sure.
can they have like shifting? We don't know for sure that he
Right.
will stay Master Vernon's, I guess, like character. Like he might be, this creature might be able to shift. Like it could just literally be able to shift between, any number of.
Right.
those.
What if it could shift between all of the people it's killed?
Possible.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's something we should probably keep in the back of our minds.
Does anybody else think that the mayor might be in danger?
That's what I was going to say to the Gap next. And I'm going to show him the bloodied envelope and point to the fact that Master Vernum, presumably right at the moment of his murder, had this himself, which might indicate that whoever is after, whatever this murder is doing, there is a connection with the mayor. In other words, the mayor might be in danger.
We'll double our security efforts tonight around the mayoral home. I'll be sure to brief him on everything that you shared with me.
Find Gorak. All of his leads point to whatever he brought back from Davokar.
Nobody's seen
And that he
Gorak.
showed to the mayor. Well, for all we know, this could be Gorak doing this stuff. So it is imperative that we found him.
Well, I know where you're staying. I'll find you if I have any updates.
It's good.
In the meantime, get some rest. You're gonna need it. We're gonna need to hit things hard tomorrow. We're all so damn tired. Just hope we have another quiet night.
Sir, I would recommend you set a security tail around yourself as well. You were also another person in contact with Master Vernon. So I wouldn't put it past the fact that you could be a potential target.
I'll be safe here. The garrison is... You'd have to be a fool to try to break in here. I'm probably in one of the second most safest place in the city other than the mayoral manor. But thank you for your concern. I'll take that under advisement. Anything else? I'll be in touch in the
I'll
morning.
look around, see if any of the others want to point out. Yeah, I guess we're making our way back, and I will ask everyone else how they want to, how do we rendezvous each other on the morning? Is there a place everybody can go to touch base? Salons in Symbaroum, or is there any?
Well, we were gonna go see the mayor tomorrow, right? In the morning.
Well, we're not. We've been told to be in standby.
I don't like to listen to too many directives, Val. I don't know if you know that about me.
Well, then you
I'm
can go to
starting
the
to
mayor's
learn it.
house and we'll visit you in prison and let you know how the investigation's coming along.
Continue. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I'll I mean, I guess we can meet at what was the name of the tavern?
Salon of Symbaroum.
Yeah,
Or where you guys were at the beginning,
yeah.
the Davokar or whatever tavern.
Oh, Davokar. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's it.
Does anybody know where that is?
I'm sure we know, right?
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
And I'm asking Anora and Vesper.
Oh, on the actual map. Oh no.
Yeah.
oh no, on the map, no.
It'd be
And
number
I was going to say,
4.
Nora does not frequent such establishments except for to, preach outside of
Preach.
them, but can probably.
And just
figure it
those would be taverns. Inns would be a different thing, like like an overnight kind of more of like a hostel kind of thing. But
Mhm.
there's a number. There's quite a few that you could stay at. I assume
So
you're kind of
would
looking
we-
for like
Would we need an inn or would we all have places that we've
Yeah.
already been staying?
Yeah,
Or
we live there, right? Don't we live there?
Well, I think Vesper, you have your shop, which I assume has like a residence maybe built into it. Like you've got like a little apartment or something above the storefront or whatever.
yeah, or a little bedroll in a closet. Yeah, that works.
Anora, I don't know. Like
I imagine they have some sort of housing for the missionaries, that like some sort of like hostel type situation.
yeah, like
that,
the Sun Temple would have a kind of like a dormitory or something that you could stay in for
Yeah,
free.
exactly. Yeah, something like that.
But I don't know about the rest of you. You could tell me. I don't get the sense that I didn't get the sense that you guys were like permanent residents of Thistle Hold, but maybe you are.
No.
Oh.
At best, Val has a hovel or a tent somewhere, but I don't think he would have anything more than that.
I mean, you can get a room to rent for a month for like 2 thaler, where it's like it's not
I
an
will
inn
definitely do that.
necessarily, but it's a a thing where you've got a lease.
Usually
That makes
Dario.
most sense to me.
Usually Dario likes to go to one of these taverns and try to meet somebody, and then that's how he gets to spend the night on somebody's bed.
He's a hobosexual. Is that what the situation?
That's what I'm putting in my notes. That is now what you are.
Damn it.
All right, Dario, give me a charisma check.
Charisma. Charisma is my number 1. Here we go. Oh wait, no, not saving throw. There we go. 16.
Okay, tonight you got lucky, I guess, and you've managed to secure your
There we
one
go.
night stand.
I happily paid those $2 for a month of stay with some inn. So
And I think I read something that the goblins usually leave town.
I mean, there is a goblin like
Settlement.
settlement to the east, but I mean, it's not immediate. You'd have to travel out there. It wouldn't be super convenient for the current investigation.
Okay.
stay in town.
If you want to
We're gonna have
stay
stay in town.
at my shop, you're welcome to. It's not much, but there's a roof.
That'd be great.
Well, I think with all of that kind of settled, you all have different kind of places that you're staying, but you were going to rendezvous. You were going to rendezvous at the what was it? The Davokar.
Davokar?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that sounds good. I think we probably just cut it 10 minutes early just because this is a good stopping point. But there will certainly be news in the morning for you to follow up on.
Oh no.
Some bad news, yes.
Could be good. Oh,
it's bad.
I mean,
Of course, right?
But we won't
Who's
get into
dead?
I
that.
mean,
There's someone's
dead?
dead, but
the police chief, right? No, the mayor.
oh no.
tune in next time to
God,
find,
the
is it the
mayor.
mayor? Was it the priest? Was it the
Oh,
pipe
it's the little
smoking?
girl.
It was the little girl.
Oh, the little girl.
Oh,
I forgot about the little girl.
I don't think we even got her name.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
I mean, I wasn't there, but I don't think you get the name.
no.
There was no time. For
It went
introductions.
really fast.
Yep, she is trying to escape from the Black Cloaks, which I'm sure we'll see them again also.
Ugh.
But I hope you guys had a good first session. It was fun to kind
Yeah.
of see it all come together, doing the murder mystery
Yeah.
situation, and You've got a lot of the facts, I think, so far.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's still very confusing. The pieces haven't come together yet. So, our
was
next
awesome.
game would be 2 weeks from now, unless we have any conflicts. Does that work for everybody here? That would be on the 16th.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Works for me.
Me too.
And I would suspect we will be able to finish this chapter next time very easily. You guys got through a lot tonight. So, we'll pick it up in 2 weeks on the 16th. Until then, thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight on the stream. Hope you had fun. If you want to come and join us in our Discord server, we welcome you to do that. Come and sign up for games and come hang out with us, talk about the games that we're streaming and such. You could also check us out this week. I don't know what we've got. We're going to be doing the first Caverns of Thracia game. I'll try to stream it. That'll be here around my table. There's an in-person component to it and an online component to it. So people that are local to me can sign up and come play at my house. Those of you that are not anywhere near Oshkosh, Wisconsin can sign up for the online games. If you don't know what I'm talking about, but you want to play in Caverns of Thracia 5e, just send me a message. I'll send you an invite to the server. It's kind of like, if you're familiar with like the community campaign that we used to do, it's going to be like that, except instead of Temple of Elemental Evil, it'll be traipsing around on a tropical island, exploring ruins and doing stuff like that. So, jump in the Discord if you were interested in that. I'd be happy to share a link to get anybody who wants to be involved in that in on it. So, all right, with nothing else to say here tonight, we're going to call it. Say thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.